Okay, we are for this week's Ask Me Anything, and the question everyone wants to seem to know is, would I prefer London or New York? Now, this question has a lot of connotations for me. I'm an American in London. I grew up in California. I spent time in New York City, the city that never sleeps, for about 4.5 years total on 2 different stints. And so the question is, which one I like better, which one I prefer, which one is better? And the answer is London. To all those Yankees out there, you're going to wonder what the heck I'm talking about. You know, London is a city built for me. When people ask me, San Diego, why aren't you in San Diego with all the sun and the beaches and all the relaxed lifestyle? I tell them, because that's not me. I'm not relaxed, and I don't like to sit on the beach. I like to do things. And I love a city with history. I love a city with culture, with style, with class, and that's what London reminds me of. It's just, in my opinion, one of the very few global cities. I would argue the only global city. You know, I've been in New York, I've been in Tokyo, I've been in Paris, LA, but you know, those are all, you know, the culture is very endemic to the country they're in. In London, you know, there are people from all nationalities here. A woman will walk down the street in a hijab, covered up. She doesn't care. Some guy will be speaking Russian. He doesn't care. Some guy from Gambia will speak, and they don't care. They're all here, and they're Londoners just like me. And that's one of the things I love so much about this city. I also find, I found, quite honestly, I've always had success in this city. You know, whether it was in finance or, you know, whether it was with London Real, it's just something that really jibed with my vibe. And I've said it before on my episode, Becoming London Real. New York City always kicked my ass, you know. I was so thankful to go there, and it was such a wonderful challenge. I learned so much about myself, but I never really had success there from a career standpoint or a personal standpoint. Like I said, I learned a lot. I had great stories, but I never really knocked one out of the park. And so maybe that will always have a connotation. I was growing up when I was there. I was there when I was 22 years old. I was there when I was 27 years old. And so it was a city that always beat me down. But I don't think I really understood myself yet. I don't think I loved myself, and I don't think I was ready. I'd love to give it another run now. But also, New York is a city that I find it's just too crazy. It has amazing energy, and it's fun to visit, but I find after 3 or 4 days, I just need to take a break, get out in some green space, walk around, take some deep breaths of fresh air. In New York, there's energy. I can't argue with that, but it's just too much sometimes. And even when you're in Central Park, you're surrounded by buildings. And so I just find it's hard to get out and relax. So that's why London's for me. You know, I've always compared this city, I've always said it's like a big suburb, because it is, you know, whether it's in Chelsea or South Ken or, you know, Hackney, Shoreditch where I am, or in the city, or there's so many areas of London. They're all like a personality, all like a different country. And so it's so beautiful, and you know, I really love it. So that's why I prefer London over New York. I always will. And it's just something that's always going to be a part of me. You know, I think I'm becoming British. I'm actually a dual citizen of both countries. Doesn't mean I sold out. I will always be an American. But for me, you know, London's the spot. And I want you to think about, you know, what's the city for you? You know, every city has a personality. And I think it would be a shame for you not to find the one that's you. And to try to force yourself in the wrong personality is like trying to go out with the wrong person, or to try hang out with the wrong friends. Yeah, they can push you, but it might not ever be the right fit. And so for me in Miami, or even me in New York City, it just doesn't make sense. So this city works. I think I'm gonna stay here for a while. You know, it's become me and I become this. You know, this city loved my show so much they named the name of the city after it, you know? So I would encourage you to find your city. And for some people, it's Austin, Texas, because it has a different vibe, and they like that better than LA. Some people like San Francisco better than LA because it doesn't have the beach vibe. You know, some people prefer Chicago to New York because it's less intense. I actually spent time in Chicago. It's not intense enough for me, but everyone has a thing. So find the personality of your city and go to it, and then that can change over time. You know, as I've lived in London, I've moved around to different areas, and now I live in a little quieter neighborhood just because I've got a little munchkin, and I find I like the quiet. So, you know, that'll change over time, and your friends will change over time, and the silly things you do will change over time. The amount of partying you do will change over time too. So that's all stuff to consider. I hope I answered your question. What's better, London or New York? Like I said, I'll always be an American. It's in my blood. But for me, I'm really a Londoner now, and I think I will be for a long time. If you haven't been to London, you got to get here. Please come and hang out. I love this city so much. No, the tourism board does not pay me for all my advertisements, although we're working on that. But come, hang out, come stop by the studio. If you're part of the Academy, you can book a spot and come and visit us and talk to us. I've got nothing but great things to say. The weather, we can talk about the weather really quickly. It was like raining and gusting wind last night on a June evening, and I didn't even notice it. And so I always think it's a great barometer. If you're complaining about the weather, it means you don't have enough going on in your life, and you don't have enough positive vibes or challenges in your life. So if you hear someone complain about the weather, point to them. You got to sort your life out. So for me, the weather doesn't bother me here. I'm okay. And sometimes when I get to places that are really sunny, it's like too sunny. So I think I've found a good medium. That being said, I do like a good beach every now and then. So there you go. If you got questions for me, please submit them below. Ask me anything. I'll answer any of your questions. Subscribe to become part of the YouTube phenomena. And please come over to the London Real Academy. All full episodes are there. No pop-ups. We've got groups. We've got webinars on Wednesday. We've got Amazing Social Network. Great energy, super cool vibe, people that love each other, respect each other, vulnerable, action-oriented, accountable, and we have a lot of fun too. So come check it out. It's even more than I ever thought it would be. So super honored, super blessed to have you guys as a part of it, and I'll see you over there. Be good, take care of yourself, peace.